Hello, Empire. Something's missing. Oh. That's better.
This is just a full second filler for this slide.
Guess I should lose the gum. So I noticed in the last few videos I've been wearing black. I decided to wear white. It's kind of boring. That's a little better. Not much. Oh well. P.S. Always remember to hit the record button because I've been talking to the camera for about 10 minutes now without it recording. Anyway, I've looked on all the major news sites for stories that interest me, but the only one I could find was one about Google. Now I have to justify what I'm about to say. I love Google. Really do. Just scares me, man. Justification over. Alright, so you know Google Street View. That thing in Google Maps that let you zoom all the way down to the street level so you can see all the buildings around and everything? Awesome, by the way. Well, evidently while all the cars were traveling around with the cameras on the roofs, getting all those pictures and everything, they weren't just collecting pictures. They were collecting information from every Wi-Fi connection they could get their hands on. The data they collected was the normal Google stuff, where and when you go online, what sites you visit, that stuff. Which all that can be justified by, we're just trying to make a better search engine for you. Yeah. But what they don't want you to know is that they're also collecting emails, passwords, possibly credit card information, you know, personal stuff. You see why it kind of scares me. Now, is that justifiable? Should they even be allowed to have this information? What are they doing with that information? Well, some sources say that they're selling it to our government. Google may not be Big Brother, but Google's the data collecting little sister of Big Brother. Alright, let's be honest. Google owns us. Or at least Google owns me. They know where I go online, so they can figure out my interests and what I'm into and all that. I have a Gmail, so they have my email. They know where I am at all times due to the GPS in my phone, and now they even know what I look like. Google owns YouTube too, if you didn't know that. All that stuff is really scary. If for some reason Google decided that it didn't like me, I'd be screwed. The list of companies that Google actually owns is pretty insane. There's a link in the description, check it out. The icing on the cake to this news story is that Google got hacked. Whoa, white balance just went crazy. Now, I don't think they got much data, but still. The idea that a really good hacker could hack into Google and leave with all of everyone's information kind of freaks me out. Alright, again, I love Google. They provide a bunch of services that make my life easier and more interesting. I guess this is just another one of those food for thought rants. Just think about this stuff. Keep it in mind. And if Google does eventually take over the world, remember I told you so first. Alright, it's time to go downtown. I'm not really wearing a watch. Until next time, Empire. Cliché YouTube phrase. Comment, rate, subscribe.